You are watching the Ask Bonbon Show, real conversations about what matters most. On this week's show, we have Mad Creator founder Kieran Sweeney, Credit Card Builder founder Ari Page, and So Tell Us co-founders and family members Ron, Troy, and Trevor Howard. Interesting businesses, innovative entrepreneurs, all making a huge impact on the world. Hi, I'm Bonnie Bruderer, and you are watching the Ask Bonbon Show, real conversations about what matters most, where we bring you the people and the tools to create the life that you love. One of my all-time favorite quotes is by Walt Disney, and that is, if you can dream it, you can do it. There's nothing that I value more in a person and in a business than creativity. Kieran Sweeney has been referred to as an innovative wealth coach for his ability to identify early-stage marketing strategies that can be implemented into any business. So what is Mad Creators?
Well, it's a platform that is allowing entrepreneurs to create, publish, and monetize their very own digital magazine that they can upload to the app stores on iOS and Android. And this allows their digital magazines to be downloaded in 156 countries.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited because on this show, as you know, every week we sit down with different entrepreneurs, philanthropists, authors, speakers, and now it sounds like this is just a way for people to be able to share their content and reach a very large audience.
No, exactly. And in fact, it's another marketing tool for business owners, entrepreneurs, small businesses, medium size, even Coca-Cola has a digital magazine.
Wow.
And charities can utilize it, colleges, universities. Anybody has a message that they want to communicate to the world to attract more traffic, engage people better, and just keep loyal fans following them. A digital magazine allows you to engage in a completely different level because it's interactive, and you can have video content, streaming video, audio, podcasts, and of course you have your stunning HD imagery and traditional articles. And one key thing is, as an entrepreneur, may not have a lot of time to write. Most entrepreneurs don't have time to write, and they're not writers. So we teach you how to republish existing content and use that content to be able to promote yourself as an expert in your area of expertise.
Fantastic. So how did you get into this? I'm so curious. It's such a fascinating field. What's your background?
Well, it's a good question. I'm a professional speaker. So I teach courses in leadership and motivation and business. And I've been teaching all over the world. I've trained over 500,000 entrepreneurs, mainly live, and a few online, maybe 100,000 online. And what I've always done is taught courses, and then people want more courses, or we just sell them another course because they want to keep growing. But I felt something was missing in what I was offering my clients, and it was something that was a real tangible tool that they could implement in their business so that their business could grow. And it's something that's functional, and to me it just made a lot of sense. And when Apple released their newsstand a couple years ago, I thought, wouldn't it be great for entrepreneurs to have a digital magazine that they could utilize as a way to promote themselves and raise their level of credibility and their expertise. So I did the research, I put a team together, and I built this platform. And now all of our clients can go online. There's 8 modules that teach you A to Z how to create and publish a digital magazine.
Wow.
And then we do the technical stuff. So there's no technical stuff involved. Our team does all that. We build the apps and upload them for them.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So done for you.
Yeah. Well, you do it yourself, or
Yeah.
there's a done for you program as well.
Right. I love that. So what is your vision? Obviously, this is a big area of opportunity. How do you see this growing over the next couple of years?
Well, our goal is to have 100,000 digital magazines, people that we've trained personally through our courses online to have a digital magazine. And my vision is to give entrepreneurs a vehicle where they can publish content that's in an affordable way with content that's relevant and current in today's business world. Most entrepreneurs know that they have to have a book. And whether you're the CEO of a small business or a small enterprise, or if you're in a direct selling company, or if you're in a large corporation, publishing gives you so much credibility. But to publish a book takes a long time. It can take 18 to 24 months to get a book published.
Yes.
And even if you get a publishing deal with a publisher, publishers are printers. They're not going to promote your book. So you have to put the marketing plan together, and you have to invest a minimum of $250,000, usually $500,000, to hit the bestseller list. So it's a pretty arduous venture, and yes, you can publish on Amazon, and yes, you can do on demand, but you need to create distribution. Well, the beautiful thing about a digital magazine is that, in addition to being interactive, it's very cost effective. And compared to a book, it's a fraction of the cost to put a digital magazine together. So now you can publish content. So I'm not saying don't publish a book. I've published a book, I'm publishing more books, but it allows entrepreneurs to have a vehicle that they can publish current content, upload it to the App Store, and then people can download it all over the world. And it just helps elevate your level of credibility. So all of our current publishers are enjoying international recognition. I mean, they've been downloaded in up to, some of our clients are in like 50 countries now.
But how does it work from, a business owner standpoint? How does somebody monetize having a magazine?
Oh, great question. Well, first of all, you can have subscribers who pay. I mean, we have our publishers are charging $1.99, $2.99, up to $4.99, and you can build a subscriber base and let that grow over time. And we teach you how to do this, how to build a subscription base and a following. A digital magazine also directs people to your social sites, your landing pages, back to your website. So it's important to understand that a digital magazine is really about attracting more traffic to your website, your landing pages, and monetizing your existing business. But it also becomes another stream of revenue. And then once you build a subscription base, then you can start to attract advertisers. And some of our publishers have actually gotten sponsors for the magazine even before they launched. So there's many ways to monetize it. You can also promote other people's products, where people can click on a link, it follows through that to an external website, and then you get paid an affiliate commission for that as well. So there's probably 20 ways you can monetize a digital magazine.
Love it. Can't wait to learn all of them.
Yeah.
And so you must have worked with some great clients. Can you tell us a couple of success stories and fun people that you've worked with? Yeah,
there's one guy that comes to mind right away. His name is Colin Leeson. He's the publisher of Age Group Triathlete magazine. And he's passionate about triathlons. And this is something else about digital magazines is if you don't have a business and you're looking for a business and you want to monetize something that you're passionate about, well, he loves triathlons. And when he heard me talk about the digital magazine, he looked online and he realized there are no magazines for the recreational triathlete.
Okay.
And I believe you were a triathlete.
I was 10
yeah.
years.
So
Ironman.
Yeah. So you know the whole story. So he created the world's very first age group triathlon magazine.
Wow.
And he has attracted over 15,000 followers now. He's got well over 1,000 subscribers, and this has all happened within his first year. And his Facebook, his Twitter, his LinkedIn, everything is now just blossomed simply because of the digital magazine.
All right, Kieran, so I know you mentioned you're an international speaker, a trainer. You've been in the education world for so long. How can people use this as an educational platform?
Great question. I'm so glad you brought that up, because today online education is blossoming and it's going to boom. And people realize that they can get great content and learn new skills, new systems through online education. Well, a digital magazine, because you can stream video and have audio, and you can actually download PDFs through your digital magazine, you can utilize the digital magazine as an online teaching platform as well. So I have some of my videos from my work that I upload to my magazine, and people can download it, and they can, every month I'll have a few chapters from one of my course or a few modules from one of my courses, and people can follow along and watch it. So if you're into online education, this is the most affordable way to get your content, your message to the world.
In speaking with Kieran, one thing became clear. Almost any business could benefit by creating an online magazine. I know that I'm excited to create the online magazine for the Ask Bonbon Show that will come out in early 2016. We will be right back.
Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
Well, have you tried saving?
Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Ari Page is the CEO and owner of Credit Card Builders. They help small businesses and real estate investors get significant loans with 0% interest. The one thing I know for sure is if you do not have proper capital or funding, it's incredibly uncomfortable and challenging to do business. So tell our viewers just a little bit about what you offer.
Awesome. Well, we offer something that everyone wants. We offer money for businesses, funding to be able to, help small businesses really realize and reach their dreams. And so there's, different aspects to getting funding, and a lot of it is that folks just can't get it. They can't access it until they have all the links of the chain put together to be able to get access to the funding. So What we do is we help folks that aren't able to do that on their own, put it all together, and then we actually create the funding for them. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell.
Fantastic. So if I'm watching and I'm, maybe just started a business and I'm kind of scraping by, what's the process to get involved with you?
So when somebody would start with us, what we do is we build the first thing we're going to do is they're going to go through our credit consultation process. So they go through the consultation process. We help boost and bolster their profile. Now doing that makes it so that it's easy for us to get funding for them. So once they've started the process, we do the credit building, which is building up to $250,000 of business credit funding. And as they first start with working on building their personal profile. Their personal profile is their business profile, and it's how much credit they're going to get access to. So if someone starts with a lower overall profile, we help boost that so that their business can get access to a lot of funding. So we have folks that are coming to us that have really good profiles, they get a lot of funding. Then we have folks that are startups, and they get up to $250,000 of funding.
Wow, okay. And what types of businesses do you work with?
We work with a lot of businesses that have from a lot of revenue all the way down to startups. So there's some of our clients are generating $7-10 million a year.
Wow.
Others are generating nothing yet. They're just a startup.
How would someone like that work with you?
Well, our process is to help them boost their profile first before we even apply for business funding. So we boost their profile, we apply for the business funding, we move them towards non-recourse funding, because no business owner wants to be personally guaranteeing everything. None of the funding will show up on their credit report, but a lot of people have had problems with their credit, and so as an ancillary adjunct to what we do, we may help their personal credit. However, that's really a side thing. The majority thing that we're doing is building business credit and corporate credit.
Okay. Wow, so you really do everything from A to Z to help people.
Yeah, in order to increase revenues on any business, this is a really important link to the chain.
What would you tell them, as far as the place to start to work on their credit?
The place to start is make good payment history.
Okay.
Use multiple accounts, build out an array of accounts. Have an auto loan, a mortgage, a credit card. Even if you don't necessarily need those things, feeding into the credit system allows you to get more credit through the system. So personal loans may not be all that advantageous to a business, but once you have a good rock solid personal profile, then you can build corporate credit. And that initially, they want to look at your personal credit for that. Even though they don't report it to your personal credit, they want to look at your personal credit.
Okay.
So once we've helped them, build a business profile or a corporate profile, then we're able to get them non-recourse funding that has nothing to do with their personal credit report. So it's 2 stages. Help them first with their personal credit so that we can get them business funding, and then move them towards non-recourse funding, because no business owner wants to be personally guaranteeing all the loans.
Someone that you can help, what should they know?
Well, it's a real easy to use service. It's going to take clients that have bad credit and get them funding. It's going to take clients that already have fantastic credit and get them a lot of funding quickly. And it really doesn't matter what business model you're in. It really doesn't matter what your revenue streams are. What really matters is that you need funding and that you have a business purpose for it.
Okay, fantastic. And so we're a motivation show. I always have to ask people, what's the vision for your company?
Well, the vision for our company is to really help small businesses. There's so many businesses out there, and they say that most small businesses don't ever earn more than $250,000 in 1 year.
Okay.
And so that's minuscule. And so what we want to do is we want to help small businesses boost their overall earnings by giving them more access to leverage to be able to boost their overall ROI. A lot of them have great business models. They just need some help and they just need some funding.
What do you do to help businesses in that instance?
Yeah, excellent. There's a lot of businesses that we work with that have a following, so to speak. They have big Facebook pages, they have email lists, and they have a lot of clients that they want to, or a lot of leads, let's say, that they want to sell their services to. But they have a hard time because a lot of their leads don't have funding. They can't buy, even if they wanted to.
Right.
So we work with a lot of other companies to help them sell more of their own services and products to their own client base.
Okay.
To give them more access to funding. And business credit cards are one of the preferred mediums of sale. It's easy to do online transactions, in-person transactions. It allows the business to stay in control because you're paying with a credit card.
Sure. Wow, and then that helps everyone. I mean, you need to have access to capital to be able to grow your business.
Exactly.
So Ari, if I understand correctly, I know that you offer 0% interest. How is that even possible?
We get that a lot, and basically, if you go on Google, you'll see that many banks offer the 0% business credit card. In fact, I just got a credit card from Citi for 21 months, 0%.
Wow.
And so it's common to get an 18-month, a 12-month, a 9-month, 6-month even at 0%.
Okay.
And so the way that the Federal Reserve and the intra-banks that we know as Chase and Citibank, the way that it works with this intra-bank lending is that the Federal Reserve many times is offering it at a 0% rate to the banks. So the more that they loan out, the more that they're able to get other folks in through their other business services, selling them insurance. They'll package all these business credit cards and sell it as a securities package. They end up making money, 5 different ways off of giving these 0% cards. And if folks don't believe it, they should go on Google and type in 0% business credit card. It's going to page after page of these 0% business credit cards. The question is how to qualify for them, how to get them, how to use it without being nickel and dime to death on fees and transactional fees and all this. And so that's what we do is we put together this package that helps folks work through the quagmire of all that so that they're not getting nickel and dime to death with all these fees. They can get access to the funding. It's at 0%. It doesn't show up on their business, or I'm sorry, on their personal credit report. If you kind of stumble through it doing it on your own, you're going to end up creating accounts that do show up on your personal credit report, harming you personally and making it difficult to flip the 0% offers. Multiple banks offer this. We're flipping the offers. We have folks that have had 0% credit for over 4 or 5 years now at this point.
In speaking with Ari, the most impressive takeaway for me was that it's possible to turn a company around with some perseverance, ingenuity, respect, and kindness. Today, his company satisfaction is at an all-time high, and he boasts an A+ credit rating with the Better Business Bureau. You are watching the Ask Bonbon Show. We will be right back.
We finally bought a place.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
So at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save. How is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
How many wonderful things can I say about the Howard family? Recently, I sat down with them, each as impressive as the next. I'm sure we've all had that experience, either positive or negative, when you have been to a place and had just an incredible experience and want to tell others. Well, this father-son team allowed you the ability to do just that with their incredible app, So Tell Us. Tell us just a little bit about this app that you and your family have created.
It's an app that allows people to collect video, audio, and written reviews from their customers or about their products in less than 30 seconds. The review world is really hard to get reviews from customers. Everybody that's out there trying to get reviews knows that. So we wanted to really simplify the process and just make it easy and fun and put a face to reviews. There's too many fake reviews out there and stuff like that. So yeah.
I love that. So how did you come up with this idea?
One of the main reasons we came up with it was a funny story with me and my family, but I'll give you a shortened version of it. But basically we were traveling, we needed to stay at a place just for a few hours to catch a little shut-eye, and the place we ended up staying wasn't that great. It wasn't that nice of a place. And so we left the next morning and got down the road about 45 minutes, and we get a phone call. My wife had left her wedding ring there. So we turned around, we went back, and he, besides it not being a wonderful place, I mean, his level of service was just amazing. I couldn't believe that he had it in a little baggie, he had our name written on it, he was protecting it, and I could have kissed that guy. I mean, that was
as your wife, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's right. My wife she probably tried to kiss him, and he, but it made me realize right then that, hey, I needed to go and do something for this man who had just saved my wife's wedding ring. Losing it, it's such a sentimental thing, And so I told him that I would get online and I would do reviews for him all over on every TripAdvisor and everything out there. But the problem was, by the time we had traveled home the rest of the day and everything, I had totally forgotten. We have kids and everything was crazy. And he missed out on an amazing story that I could have shared with the world. Because I wasn't able to, by the time I did remember to do a review for him, I wasn't able to remember where I had stayed. And we had paid cash, and there was just no way to trace it.
Sure.
And that would have just been so big for his business. He should have been able to catch that excitement and that story in the moment. And he just wasn't able to, because there was nothing out there that would allow him to do that. So.
Fantastic. Yeah. So an app was born.
An app was born. Yeah.
I love it. So this truly is the future of reviews. I know, when you go online, that's generally how people decide and make choices where they're going to eat, where they're going to shop.
Right.
How is this different than some of the other things out there?
So right now we're ahead of technology. We're ahead of the rest of the world, basically. Everybody else out there is collecting written reviews. We're actually collecting video and audio as well. So we can get people that excitement, kind of similar as, why you buy products online, like an infomercial. You buy it because you get excited from the people that you're, seeing on TV, and so that it brings that same excitement into the review, and it brings and it makes it believable and real, and yeah, it's really cool. It's different than what everybody else is doing. We're a little bit ahead of the technology out there.
So tell us, how does it work when somebody wants to leave a review? Walk us through the process.
Okay, so it's very easy. It's an app that can just be downloaded on any iOS, Android device. And the business owner, when they're in front of their customer and they're super excited about the services they just received, they just simply ask them, hey, would you mind giving me a quick review? Hand over their phone or tablet, and the customer just simply puts in their name, phone number, gives them a star rating, takes a quick selfie, make sure they look good, and then they can shoot the video right then in 30 seconds. And they can get all that excitement and enthusiasm of the services they just received. And when they click the submit button, it's instantly put up to the cloud servers, and it instantly goes onto their website, the business owner's website, so it goes into their marketing, and then with the click of a button, they can share it through all of their social media sites. Wow. So it takes that review and it turns it into marketing for the business.
And your technology does all of that. It's kind of one touch and then,
Absolutely. Wow. You just click the button and we do all the work for you.
That's amazing. I live in New York, and I go to a lot of places that have some sort of offer. They say, if you review us on these sites, you'll get a free pair of boxing gloves. And the last time I thought, that's great, I want these purple gloves. And they gave me 19 sites to review. And I started in on the process, and I thought, I make more in an hour, I could buy those gloves. Like, what am I doing? And I just gave up. And I actually love the place. So I love that you have created something that one touch, it goes everywhere and serves as a great marketing tool.
Yeah, that's absolutely the problem. It's when you ask somebody to do a review for you after the fact, it's single digits, the percentage of people that will actually do it. But when you're in front of them face to face and you say, hey, can you just take 30 seconds and give me a real quick review? Absolutely, and then the system does all the rest for you. It puts it everywhere else. So it's just 30 seconds and done.
Fantastic. You must have some great stories. Do you have one or two that you can share with us?
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite videos that I've watched is it's a carpet cleaner. Okay. And so he hands the phone to his client, and she's ecstatic about the work he did. And so she's filming herself, and she's like, oh my gosh, he had this stain in my carpet, this wine, and he got it out, and she takes the phone, she goes, look at the carpet right now. You can't even see it. And then she goes, oh, you got to see upstairs. And she's videoing herself running up the stairs of her house, and then she's like, oh, look around, look at that. You can't pay for that kind of enthusiasm and marketing. It's one of my favorite videos, and people who see it, they just love it. It's authentic, it's believable, and it's real.
You have created this great way for people to give authentic reviews. And I know you have a story that you want to share with us. You're a DJ and you've had some experience using this in your own world. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. One of the things I want to say is that it's really fun working with my two sons.
I bet.
It's absolutely awesome. But as a DJ, I get people that want to go on and they want to know what kind of service you provide and what you do. And so I had a potential client come on, and she said, my committee and I sat down and went to your website. We saw the little review system you have on your website, and we watched your reviews. We want to hire you for 2 events. One is a school event, a carnival, and it's on this particular Friday. Are you available? And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm already booked that night. She says, when are you available? I said, next Friday's open. She said, we'll move the carnival. I said, that's great. She said, then the next one we have is a father-daughter that we'd like you to do a dance for us for that, to teach the dads and daughters. And on this Saturday, and I says, I'm available. And then she didn't ask me how much. She didn't want to know the pricing or anything. She just says, how do we go ahead and get you booked? And then she said, I noticed also on your reviews that people would book you for 3 or 4 years they've been using you, and they'd book you in advance. And I said, well, if you don't book in advance, you could lose your date. So when she booked, she actually booked me for 6 years in advance.
Wow.
For the next 6 years, she's got that school's got me booked. So that's what the reviews will do.
Fantastic.
Is they give people an opportunity to let others sell their business.
Great. Yeah, and I love that it's via video, right? Because you get all that information. Otherwise, you might read that, but you'd skim over it and it wouldn't be important. But it obviously came across so much that she booked 6 years.
6 years in advance. So
Wow.
that made a big difference.
That is incredible. So what is the vision? I mean, you're ahead of technology. You have this really innovative product. What is the vision for Sotellus?
Boy, we'd like to see everybody have it. Every business out there be able to give a little info commercial on what they're doing, and to be able to have their best clients share with others how they can show their business off.
Okay. So I have to ask, I came from a family business. My father worked for my grandfather. What is it like working with your 2 sons?
Well, 99% of the time it's awesome. There's that 1% that anybody family has a little trouble with, but for me, I go to work because I get to work with them. I don't need to work, but I do it because I get to spend time with my 2 boys. And it's so fun to see them build and grow something, and to be a part of it, and to go on trips and vacations and do things together and really enjoy each other's company.
No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. That's a quote by Robin Williams, somebody I adored and respected very much. I'm sure you will agree today's entrepreneurs are a perfect example of just that. Thank you so much for watching. I am Bonnie Bruderer, and you have been watching The Ask Bonbon Show. Real conversations about what matters most, where we bring you the people and the tools to create the life that you love.